Lisa Garcia stared out the viewport of the transport shuttle as it approached Nexus Station. The massive space station glittered against the backdrop of stars like a jewel, its countless lights blinking in patterns she couldn't understand. 5 enormous arms extended from a central hub, each housing different sections of the Galactic Federation's most prestigious educational institution. "Can you believe we're really here?" Kevin Wright whispered beside her, his face pressed against the glass. Lisa shook her head. Just 2 years ago, humans hadn't even known aliens existed. Now she was one of 20 human students selected for the Federation's cultural exchange program. "Final approach to Nexus Station," announced the pilot. "All passengers prepare for docking procedures." Lisa clutched her acceptance letter tightly. When the Araxians had made first contact with Earth, everything changed. Humans learned they weren't alone. And more importantly, they discovered they were considered unusual. The aliens classified Earth as a death world due to its harsh conditions. Extreme weather, dangerous wildlife, and varying gravity. This made humans Deathworlders, creatures who somehow survived on planets that would kill most other species. The shuttle docked with a gentle thud. Lisa took a deep breath and picked up her bags. Kevin gave her a nervous smile as they joined the other human students filing toward the exit. A tall, blue-skinned alien with 4 arms and large, slanted eyes waited for them in the arrival hall. 2 of his hands held a digital tablet, while another displayed a sign reading Earth Delegation. "Welcome to Nexus Station," the alien said in slightly accented English. "I am Mil Nera, your student advisor. Please follow me to the orientation chamber." The humans followed Mil Nera through wide corridors filled with aliens of all shapes and sizes. Some walked on multiple legs, others floated, and a few seemed to phase in and out of visibility. Lisa noticed how many moved away as their group passed, whispering to each other or staring openly. "They're afraid of us," Kevin murmured. "They've probably never seen humans before," Lisa replied, trying to sound confident despite her own nerves. Mil Nera led them into a large circular room with a domed ceiling that displayed a projection of various star systems. At the center stood another alien, taller than Mil Nera with gray skin and tentacle-like appendages framing a face with 3 sets of eyes. "Earth students," the alien's voice resonated around the room. "I am Administrator Zilvax, principal of the Galactic Academy. Your presence here marks a historic moment in Federation history." Zilvax's middle eyes narrowed slightly. "I must emphasize that while we welcome you, there are concerns about accepting Deathworlders into our peaceful institution. Your species' history and biology present unique challenges. Please understand that additional safety protocols will apply to your residency here." Lisa felt her cheeks grow hot. They were being treated like dangerous animals. "The exchange program aims to foster understanding between all Federation species," Zilvax continued, seeming to notice the humans' discomfort. "You will learn our ways, and we will learn yours. Classes begin tomorrow. Mil Nera will show you to your quarters." As they followed Mil Nera out, Lisa noticed a group of small green aliens with large eyes watching them from behind a column. When they realized they'd been spotted, they scurried away, chattering in high-pitched voices. "Don't worry about the Ziklites," Mil Nera said. "They're naturally cautious. Many species here have only heard stories about Earth and humans." "What kind of stories?" asked Alan Nguyen, another human student. Mil Nera's skin flushed a deeper blue. "That you come from a planet where acid falls from the sky, where creatures eat each other alive, and where your own bodies contain deadly metals. You mean rain, predators, and iron." Lisa laughed. "Those are just normal parts of Earth." "Normal to you," Mil Nera replied quietly. "That's why you're here, to help us understand how normal for a Deathworlder might not be as terrifying as we imagine." Lisa and Kevin exchanged glances. They had come to learn about alien cultures, but it seemed they would be doing just as much teaching. As they walked through the gleaming corridors of the station, Lisa couldn't help but wonder if the aliens were truly ready to understand Earth and its inhabitants. Lisa sat in the biology classroom, trying not to show her disappointment. She had expected amazing alien science, but instead found herself staring at a holographic projection of what the aliens called a standard ecosystem. Everything was neat, orderly, and completely boring. "As you can see," said Professor Zilmax, a tall insect-like alien with compound eyes, "life forms develop in predictable patterns based on available resources." Lisa raised her hand. The professor's antenna twitched in her direction. "Yes, Earth student. This doesn't look anything like ecosystems on Earth," Lisa said. "Our systems are much more complex, with thousands of species interacting in ways that aren't always predictable." The classroom went silent. The other students, a mix of different alien species, turned to stare at her. "Earth is classified as a death world for good reason." Professor Zilmax clicked his mandibles. "Your planet's chaotic systems are considered primitive and dangerous. Here we study advanced, stable environments." After class, Kevin found Lisa in the station's observation deck. She was watching Earth, barely visible as a small blue dot in the distance. "Rough day?" Kevin asked, sitting beside her. "They think they know everything about life, but they've never even touched a real animal," Lisa complained. "Everything is simulations and theory. No wonder they're afraid of us." Kevin nodded. "My engineering professor nearly fainted when I mentioned that humans still use combustion engines sometimes. I miss Earth," Lisa sighed. "I miss the feel of grass, the sound of birds. Did you know they don't have any living specimens in the entire biology department? Not even plants." "Maybe that's our opportunity," Kevin said slowly. "What if we showed them what Earth life is really like?" Lisa sat up straight. "You mean bring actual Earth creatures here? To the station?" "Why not? It's supposed to be a cultural exchange, right? We're learning about them, but they're not really learning about us." The next day, Lisa approached Nera after her xenobiology class. The blue-skinned advisor seemed surprised when she requested a meeting. "I want to propose a special project," Lisa explained. "An Earth biodiversity exhibition with actual living specimens." Nera's eyes widened. "Living Earth creatures, here on the station? That would never be approved." "Why not? We could start small. Insects, small reptiles, nothing dangerous." "All Earth creatures are considered dangerous," Nera said. "You have to understand, Lisa. Many species here evolved on gentle worlds. They find Earth biology disturbing." "But that's exactly why we should do this," Lisa insisted. "How can we have real cultural exchange if everyone keeps thinking humans come from some horror planet?" Nera's 4 hands fidgeted. "The Academy Board would never approve it. Can we at least try? Please." The advisor sighed. "I will bring your proposal to Dr. Quillix in the science department. He's more open-minded than most." Word spread quickly about Lisa's idea. By lunchtime, alien students were giving her even wider berth in the cafeteria. Only one, a small purple alien named Trilzen with delicate fins along its head, dared to approach her table where she sat with Kevin. "Is it true?" Trilzen asked, voice barely above a whisper. "You want to bring Earth predators to the Academy?" "Not predators," Lisa explained. "Just some harmless examples of Earth biodiversity." "There are no harmless creatures on Deathworlds," Trilzen said, but Lisa noticed curiosity in the alien's large eyes. "What kind of specimens?" Kevin jumped in. "Maybe a butterfly. They're insects with colorful wings, completely harmless. Or a small snake," Lisa added. "They're beautiful reptiles." Trilzen's fins fluttered in what Lisa had learned was a sign of excitement mixed with fear. "I study comparative biology. Such specimens would be educational." "Exactly," Lisa said. "Will you support our proposal?" Trilzen began, but was interrupted when a message chimed on everyone's communication devices. "All Earth Exchange students report to Conference Room 7. The message read, "The Academy Board wishes to discuss your unusual request." Lisa and Kevin exchanged nervous glances. Their idea was about to face its first real test. Conference Room 7 was much larger than Lisa expected. A half-circle of alien officials sat behind a curved table on a raised platform. Administrator Zilvax occupied the center seat, flanked by various department heads. All 20 human exchange students sat nervously in the audience section. "We understand," Administrator Zilvax began, "that students Lisa Garcia and Kevin Wright wish to bring living Earth specimens onto this station." The way he said it made it sound like they wanted to import a deadly virus. Lisa stood up, trying to appear confident. "Yes, Administrator. We believe it would be educational for everyone to see actual examples of Earth biodiversity." An elderly alien with pale green skin and 4 eyes leaned forward. "I am Dr. Quilix, Science Director. Please explain exactly what specimens you wish to bring and why." Lisa took a deep breath. "On Earth, we learn about biology by observing real living things. It helps us understand how they function, adapt, and interact. We propose bringing several harmless examples that show different types of Earth life." "Harmless?" A thin alien with metallic scales scoffed. "From a death world." Kevin stood beside Lisa. "We could start with insects like butterflies. They're small flying creatures with colorful wings that eat only flower nectar." "We also thought of a corn snake," Lisa added quickly. "They're small reptiles that are often kept as pets by human children." This caused murmuring among the board members. The idea of human children keeping predators as pets clearly disturbed them. "Perhaps a rabbit would be better," Lisa suggested, seeing their reaction. "They're small mammals covered in soft fur. They eat only plants." Dr. Quilix seemed intrigued. "And these creatures, you can guarantee their safety?" "Absolutely," Lisa said. "We would follow all containment protocols." A slender alien with translucent skin stood up from the audience. It was Trilzan. "If I may, honored board, as a xenobiology student, such specimens would provide unprecedented research opportunities. We have only studied Earth life through data files." Administrator Zilvax's eyes narrowed. "And what of the potential dangers? Earth biology is highly incompatible with most Federation species." "We could establish containment procedures," Dr. Quilix suggested, "perhaps in the unused laboratory in Sector 4. The debate continued for nearly an hour. Some board members strongly opposed the idea, while others, particularly Dr. Quilix, supported it with proper precautions. Finally, Administrator Zilvax raised all 3 sets of his hands for silence. "We will allow a limited exhibition under strict conditions," he announced. "Dr. Quilix will oversee the project to ensure safety protocols are followed." Lisa couldn't believe they had won. As the board listed various safety requirements, she leaned over to whisper to Kevin, "We did it." After the meeting, they were approached by a broad-shouldered human student named Alan Nguyen. "I heard what you're planning," Alan said. "My parents run an animal sanctuary on Earth. I could help you select appropriate specimens." Lisa grinned. "That would be amazing." The 3 humans spent the evening making lists of potential animals. They decided on butterflies at various life stages, a young corn snake, a rabbit, a bearded dragon lizard, and after much debate, a domestic cat. "A cat might be pushing it," Kevin worried. "It's important to show mammals that have co-evolved with humans," Lisa insisted. "Cats have lived with us for thousands of years." The next morning, Dr. Quilix approved their final list, though he seemed particularly concerned about the cat. "This is a predator species, correct?" "A domesticated one," Lisa explained. "They're very gentle when raised with humans." Dr. Quilix's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. "Fascinating. I've read that humans deliberately brought predator species into their dwellings throughout history. Most unusual." As they left Dr. Quilix's office, Lisa noticed a group of alien students watching them and whispering. Trilzan broke away from the group and approached. "Word has spread about your exhibition," Trilzan said, fins fluttering with excitement. "Everyone is talking about the dangerous Earth creatures coming to the Academy." They're not dangerous, Lisa sighed. I know, Trilzen replied. But others don't. Yet. The next 2 weeks were filled with preparations. Lisa, Kevin, and Alan worked with Dr. Quillix to convert the unused laboratory in Sector 4 into what the aliens were calling a containment facility, but what the humans thought of as a simple classroom setup. These force fields seem excessive, Lisa said as she watched technicians install energy barriers around each display area. Safety protocols must be followed, Dr. Quillix replied. His 4 eyes blinked in different patterns, which Lisa had learned meant he was excited but trying to appear calm. The Federation has strict rules about introducing non-native life forms to any habitat. News of the exhibition spread across Nexus Station. The human embassy arranged for a special transport ship to bring the approved animals from Earth. Lisa couldn't help but laugh when she saw the shipping manifests. The animals were classified as potentially hazardous biological specimens. They're treating a bunny rabbit like it's a deadly weapon, Kevin said, shaking his head. The day before the animals were due to arrive, Lisa was eating lunch with Trilzen in the Academy cafeteria when a large group of alien parents entered. They headed straight for Administrator Zilvax's table. We demand you cancel this dangerous exhibition, one parent said loudly enough for everyone to hear. Bringing Deathworld predators near our children is irresponsible. The specimens have been approved by our science department, Zilvax replied calmly. All safety measures exceed Federation requirements. A cat is a carnivore, another parent shouted. It has claws and teeth for killing. Lisa couldn't stay quiet. She stood up and approached the group. Excuse me. I understand your concerns, but these animals are completely safe. Human children interact with them every day. The aliens stared at her with expressions ranging from fear to disgust. Human children are Deathworlders too, one said. You are adapted to survive alongside killers. That's not. Lisa began, but Administrator Zilvax cut her off. Perhaps, Ms. Garcia, you could show these parents the safety measures in the exhibition area, he suggested. Lisa nodded and led the group to Sector 4. The laboratory had been transformed with separate display areas for each animal. Triple-layered force fields, emergency shutdown systems, and even atmospheric scrubbers had been installed. As you can see, nothing can possibly escape, Lisa explained. And even if it did, none of these animals would harm anyone. They're used to being around people. The parents didn't seem convinced, but they stopped openly protesting. As they left, Dr. Quillix approached Lisa. The transport ship will dock tomorrow at 800 hours, he said. Security will be extensive. He wasn't exaggerating. The next morning, Lisa, Kevin, and Alan arrived at the docking bay to find it filled with security officers in full protective gear. The small transport ship was surrounded by scanning equipment. This is ridiculous, Alan muttered. You'd think we were importing a terrifying alien monster, not pets. The ship's cargo bay opened slowly. Inside were several containment units, each clearly marked. Security officers approached cautiously, scanning each container before allowing it to be moved. Transport complete, announced the chief security officer after an hour of careful checking. Proceed to the containment facility. Lisa walked alongside the container, holding the butterfly chrysalises. Through a small window, she could see several green pods hanging from small branches. Soon, they would emerge as beautiful monarch butterflies. As they moved through the station corridors toward Sector 4, aliens stopped and stared. Some pressed against walls to stay as far away as possible. Others watched with undisguised curiosity. I feel like we're in a parade, Kevin whispered. They finally reached the laboratory and began setting up each habitat. The rabbit, a fluffy white bunny named Snowball, twitched its nose at Lisa through its container. The bearded dragon lizard basked under its heat lamp. The corn snake coiled peacefully in its terrarium. Last came the cat carrier. Inside was a small orange tabby cat named Marmalade. He meowed softly when Lisa peeked in at him. All specimens secured, Dr. Quillix announced, sounding relieved. The exhibition opens tomorrow. That night, as Lisa was falling asleep, her communication device beeped with an urgent message. Security alert. Containment VRHH in CC2 or 4. Lisa rushed to Sector 4 in her pajamas, heart pounding. Kevin and Alan met her outside the laboratory doors, where security officers blocked the entrance. What happened? Lisa demanded. Which animal escaped? Administrator Zilvax emerged from the lab, his 3 sets of eyes blinking rapidly in what Lisa now recognized as extreme stress. The cat, he said. It somehow opened its carrier. Marmalade. Lisa pushed past him into the lab. He's just a cat. Where is he? The laboratory was filled with security personnel scanning every corner with various devices. Dr. Quillick stood near the empty cat carrier, looking more curious than alarmed. Fascinating, he said when he saw Lisa. Your domestic predator managed to release the latch mechanism. It displays problem-solving intelligence. He's a curious cat, not a criminal mastermind, Lisa said. Has anyone actually seen him? A security officer approached. The creature was last seen entering the ventilation system. We've locked down this entire section of the station. You've got to be kidding me, Kevin said. It's a house cat, not a dangerous animal. The station's public announcement system suddenly activated. Attention all residents. A potentially dangerous Earth predator has escaped containment. Please remain in your quarters until further notice. This is getting out of hand, Lisa said. Let me find him. He knows me. Administrator Zilvax hesitated, then nodded. You may search, but with security escorts. For the next 2 hours, Lisa, Kevin, and Alan searched the ventilation ducts and maintenance corridors of Sector 4. Security cameras caught occasional glimpses of an orange tail or a pair of glowing eyes, but Marmalade remained elusive. He's probably scared with all these people chasing him, Lisa said. We need to try something else. Just then, Lisa's communication device beeped with a message from Trilzen. Is it true an Earth predator is loose? The whole station is talking about it. Lisa quickly replied, explaining the situation. A moment later, Trilzan responded, I think I know where your cat might be. Meet me outside the cafeteria. Lisa and Kevin found Trilzen waiting nervously by the cafeteria doors. The small alien's fins were fluttering rapidly. I saw something orange going in here earlier, Trilzen whispered. I didn't know it was important until I heard the announcement. The 3 of them entered the dark cafeteria. Lisa pulled out a small food packet from her pocket and crinkled it loudly. Marmalade, she called softly. Treats. A soft meow came from behind the serving counter. Lisa walked slowly toward the sound and found Marmalade curled up on a warm food storage unit, purring contentedly. There you are, you troublemaker, Lisa said, gently picking him up. Trilzan approached cautiously. This is the dangerous predator everyone is afraid of. This is him, Lisa said, holding Marmalade out. Want to pet him? Hesitantly, Trilzan reached out one webbed hand. Marmalade sniffed it, then pushed his head against it. The alien gasped. It's so soft, and it makes a vibrating sound. That's purring, Kevin explained. It means he likes you. By morning, the dangerous predator incident had become the biggest news on Nexus Station. Security footage of aliens hiding from a small orange cat had somehow leaked to the station's information network. Some found it terrifying, but many now thought it was amusing. Despite the night's excitement, the exhibition opened as scheduled. Lisa stood nervously beside the butterfly enclosure, where several monarch butterflies had emerged from their chrysalises overnight. Our first visitors will arrive in 5 minutes, Dr. Quillick announced, checking the security systems one last time. Are you prepared, Ms. Garcia? I think so, Lisa said. She looked at Marmalade, now back in his enclosure with an upgraded lock. The cat was sleeping peacefully, unaware of all the trouble he had caused. The doors opened, and to Lisa's surprise, a large group of alien students filed in. At the front was Trilzan, who had apparently convinced many classmates to attend. They approached the butterfly enclosure first, staying well behind the safety line. These creatures, Lisa began, are called monarch butterflies. They undergo a complete transformation during their lives. As she released one butterfly into the demonstration area, the aliens gasped in unison. The orange and black wings spread wide as it fluttered gracefully around the enclosure. For the first time since arriving at the academy, Lisa saw something other than fear in the aliens' eyes. It was wonder. The butterfly demonstration was a huge success. Alien students crowded around the enclosure, watching in fascination as the colorful insects fluttered from flower to artificial flower. Lisa carefully explained their life cycle, showing the eggs, caterpillars, and chrysalises. These creatures change their entire body structure, one alien student said in amazement. And they're so beautiful. Trilzan helped guide groups from one exhibit to the next. The bearded dragon drew gasps when it moved, but soon many students were leaning close to the enclosure, watching it bask under its heat lamp. "It doesn't eat meat," asked a small blue alien with 6 eyes. "It eats insects and vegetables," Lisa explained. "It's very gentle." The corn snake caused more nervousness. Several aliens stayed far back from its enclosure. "On my world, similar creatures are highly venomous," explained one tall, thin alien. "This species isn't venomous at all," Kevin said. "It kills prey by squeezing, but this one is young and only eats small mice that are already dead." This information didn't seem to reassure them. The rabbit, however, was an instant hit. Snowball hopped around her enclosure, wiggling her nose and eating lettuce. Many alien students made sounds that Lisa guessed were awes in their own languages. "May I touch it?" asked a shy alien with purple skin. Lisa looked to Dr. Quillix, who hesitated but then nodded. She carefully lifted Snowball and held her securely while the alien student gently stroked her fur. "It's so soft," the alien exclaimed. Soon a line formed of students wanting to feel the rabbit's fur. By midday, word had spread through the academy. Even some instructors came to see the exhibition. One professor of xenobiology spent 30 minutes taking notes on the corn snake's movements. The final exhibit, Lisa announced to each group, is our domestic cat, Marmalade. This always caused a stir. After last night's escape, everyone on the station had heard about the dangerous Earth predator. Security had been doubled around Marmalade's enclosure, which Lisa thought was silly. "Cats have lived with humans for thousands of years," she explained as Marmalade stretched lazily in his enclosure. "They hunt small animals like mice and birds, but they're also affectionate companions. It has sharp teeth and claws," pointed out a nervous security officer. "For protection and hunting," Lisa agreed. "But domesticated cats are gentle with their human friends." To demonstrate, she opened the enclosure, causing several aliens to back away quickly, and picked up Marmalade. The cat purred loudly as she scratched under his chin. "The vibration sound means he's happy," Kevin explained. "It's called purring." Trilzan, now quite comfortable with Marmalade after their encounter in the cafeteria, stepped forward to pet him. This encouraged other students to come closer, though they remained cautious. Just as a small group of alien students had gathered around to see Marmalade up close, a loud bang echoed through the lab. Someone had dropped a metal container. Startled, Marmalade leaped from Lisa's arms and dashed across the room. Chaos erupted. Alien students screamed and scrambled to get away from the attacking predator. Someone triggered the emergency alarm. Security officers rushed forward, pointing stun weapons at the confused cat. "Stop," Lisa shouted. "He's just scared." But it was too late. In their panic, students were pushing each other to get to the exit. Security barriers activated automatically. The lab's lockdown system engaged, trapping everyone inside. Marmalade, frightened by the noise and commotion, jumped onto a high shelf and then disappeared into a small maintenance hatch that had been left open during the lab's conversion. "Not again," Administrator Zilvax groaned. all three sets of his eyes blinking rapidly. "He's loose in the station." Again, a security officer reported into his communication device. The emergency announcement system activated. "Attention all personnel. The Earth Predator has escaped containment. This is not a drill. Please proceed to your designated safety areas immediately." Lisa looked at Kevin in dismay. This is getting worse. Now, they really think he's dangerous. On the main view screen in the lab, they could see surveillance footage from around the station. Aliens were running in panic through corridors, hiding in rooms, all because of one small orange cat. "We need to find him fast," Lisa said, "before someone hurts him, or he accidentally causes more panic." The search for Marmalade turned into a station-wide event. Security teams moved through corridors in full protective gear. Regular announcements updated everyone on the dangerous Earth Predator situation. Meanwhile, Lisa, Kevin, and Alan tried to explain to anyone who would listen that cats weren't dangerous. "This is ridiculous," Lisa said as they watched a security team scan an air duct with advanced detection equipment. "He's a house cat, not a tiger." "They don't know the difference," Kevin replied. "To them, all Earth predators are terrifying." News of the incident had spread beyond Nexus Station. The Academy's communication channels were flooded with messages from concerned parents and Federation officials. A special news broadcast showed footage of the panicked students fleeing from Marmalade, along with interviews of eyewitnesses. "It moved so fast," one alien student told the reporter, fins quivering, "and it had these sharp teeth and claws. We're lucky no one was eaten." Lisa watched the broadcast in horror. "They're making Marmalade sound like a monster." Just then, Trilzan rushed up to them. "I think I know where your cat might be hiding." The young alien led them to the biology department storage area. "I was helping Dr. Quillix organize specimen containers when I heard a strange sound, like your cat's purring but softer." They entered the dimly lit storage room. Lisa called softly, "Marmalade. Kitty, kitty." A faint meow came from behind some containers. Lisa moved them aside and found Marmalade curled up on what looked like a heated sample incubator. "There you are." Lisa picked him up gently. The cat seemed completely relaxed and started purring immediately. "We need to get you back to your enclosure before you cause more panic." As they left the storage room, they ran straight into Administrator Zilvax and two security officers. "You've captured the Predator," Zilvax exclaimed, all three sets of eyes wide. "Excellent work. Security will take it from here." "That won't be necessary," Lisa said firmly, holding Marmalade closer. "He's not dangerous, and I can handle him." "The evidence suggests otherwise," Zilvax replied. "This creature has caused two station-wide emergencies. The Academy Board is meeting now to discuss terminating the exhibition." "But that's not fair," Kevin protested. "None of this is Marmalade's fault. People overreacted." "You don't understand," Lisa added. "This is exactly why we wanted to do this exhibition, to show that Earth creatures aren't as dangerous as everyone thinks." Trilzen stepped forward. "Administrator, if I may, I've touched this cat. It's gentle and friendly. The problem isn't the Earth animals, it's our fear of them." Administrator Zilvax seemed surprised by Trilzen's defense. He studied the cat, which was now purring contentedly in Lisa's arms. "Perhaps," he said slowly, "we should observe this creature more carefully before making a final decision." When they returned to the lab, they found Dr. Quillix examining the surveillance footage of the incident. "Fascinating," he said when he saw them enter with Marmalade. "The panic was completely unwarranted. The cat was simply startled by the noise and tried to escape the commotion. It showed no aggressive behavior whatsoever." "That's what we've been trying to tell everyone," Lisa said. Dr. Quillix turned to Administrator Zilvax. "I believe this presents a unique educational opportunity. The reaction to this small creature reveals more about our preconceptions than about Earth biology." "What do you mean?" Vax asked. "Our students panicked not because of actual danger, but because of their beliefs about Deathworlders and their fauna. Dr. Quillix explained, perhaps the most valuable lesson is not about Earth animals, but about how we perceive them. A notification appeared on the lab's main screen. Federation officials had arrived at the station and were requesting a meeting with all parties involved in the Earth Predator incident. This just got bigger, Kevin whispered to Lisa. Administrator Zilvax straightened his formal robe. The Federation Council's Education Committee is here. They wish to evaluate the situation personally. Lisa looked down at Marmalade, still purring in her arms. Great. Now we have to convince the whole Federation that a house cat isn't a threat to galactic security. Actually, Dr. Quillix said thoughtfully, this might be an opportunity to change more minds than just those at our academy. The meeting room was filled with important-looking aliens in formal attire. 5 Federation officials sat at the head table, each from a different species. Lisa stood nervously before them, Marmalade still in her arms. Kevin, Alan, Dr. Quillix, and Administrator Zilvax stood nearby. This is the dangerous Earth predator that caused 2 security emergencies, asked a tall, elegant alien with silver skin. Yes, Counselor Vinex, Administrator Zilvax replied. Though Dr. Quillix has suggested the danger may have been overestimated. Lisa stepped forward. This is Marmalade. He's a domesticated cat, a common pet on Earth. He's not dangerous at all. The counselors looked skeptical. One with multiple tentacles for arms leaned forward. Yet reports indicate mass panic among students. Security footage shows them fleeing in terror. Because they've been taught that all Earth life is dangerous, Lisa explained. But that's not true. Earth has many gentle creatures that live peacefully alongside humans. Dr. Quillix moved to a display screen. If I may, counselors, I've been analyzing the data from this cultural exchange. The reactions to these Earth specimens reveal a significant bias in our education about Deathworld species. The counselors watched as Dr. Quillix showed footage of the earlier, successful parts of the exhibition. Alien students marveling at butterflies, the rabbit being petted, even Trilzan gently stroking Marmalade before the panic. What we're seeing, Dr. Quillix continued, is the difference between perception and reality. Yes, Earth evolved dangerous species, but it also produced these creatures, which live harmoniously with humans. Counselor Vinex studied Marmalade thoughtfully. The cat appears docile now. May I observe it more closely? Lisa brought Marmalade over. The cat looked up at the silver alien with curious eyes. To everyone's surprise, Counselor Vinex cautiously extended a hand. Marmalade sniffed it, then pushed his head against the counselor's fingers. It wants me to stroke it, Vinex asked. Yes, Lisa smiled. He likes to be petted. The counselor gently touched Marmalade's fur. The cat began to purr loudly. Fascinating, Vinex said. Our records indicate Earth predators are consistently aggressive. Yet this one seems affectionate. That's what we've been trying to show, Kevin explained. Earth isn't just a death world of monsters. It's a complex ecosystem where many different species learn to live together. Over the next hour, each counselor took turns interacting with the Earth animals. The rabbit was especially popular. Even the corn snake drew curious observation rather than fear. Finally, the counselors gathered to discuss privately. When they returned, Counselor Vinex addressed the group. We have reached a decision. The Earth Biodiversity Exhibition will not only continue but expand. Its educational value is clear. Furthermore, we propose a new cultural exchange initiative, allowing selected alien students to visit Earth's wildlife sanctuaries under proper supervision. Lisa couldn't believe it. Their little exhibition was becoming something much bigger. In the weeks that followed, the Earth animals became celebrities on Nexus Station. Students from all departments came to learn about them. The early panic was replaced by genuine curiosity. Even Administrator Zilvax was seen visiting regularly, especially to see Marmalade. On the final day of the exhibition, Lisa found the administrator sitting quietly next to the cat enclosure, watching Marmalade play with a toy mouse. Administrator. Lisa asked, "Is everything all right?" "Yes," he replied, all three sets of eyes blinking calmly. "I was just thinking about how wrong we've been. We classified Earth as a death world and humans as dangerous Deathworlders. But now I see that living on such a world doesn't make you monsters. It makes you adaptable, resilient." He reached into the enclosure and tentatively stroked Marmalade's back. The cat purred happily. "Perhaps," Zelvax continued, "that is the real lesson here. Deathworlders don't just survive by being dangerous themselves. They survive by understanding and living alongside all kinds of creatures." Lisa smiled. "That's exactly what we wanted to show." News of the successful exhibition spread throughout the Federation. Soon, other academies requested similar programs. Earth's embassy was flooded with requests from alien scientists wanting to study Earth's biodiversity firsthand. As for Marmalade, he became the unofficial mascot of the Academy, the Deathworld predator who conquered the galaxy not with teeth and claws, but with purrs and cuddles.